Okay.
So, but now it's gone again. Now it's back. Okay. So in case it's a problem with the internet, maybe it's better when we can try to talk now with the camera. In case it's too shitty, we can switch to audio.
Oh, no problem.
Okay, perfect.
It's okay for me. So this is a third chapter of Occult. How do you feel now? It's closed after 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a huge work, of course, and a lot of how you say that, passion in the music, and a lot of research for like the lyrical concept and everything. Yeah, it's in one way you could say it's like a lot of blood and sweat, so to say. And a lot of your, how you say that, you if you do it such for a long time, it's also hard to think it's all over now. It's not, as we're gonna tour like probably 2 more years or something like that. But yeah, it was a great idea to start all of this, and now it's like the third chapter. I knew we have to have like a really big bang at the end, and this was the approach to write such a record. And so it's a lot of work inside, and a lot of memories also, because I connect all the 3 albums, and each album is individual, of course. But after such a long time, we were not even thinking it will be like going on with a decade, and still the treasure hunt is going on. That people have to find like the golden CD, which with the bonus tracks. This is still going on, so it's not ended.
Okay. There is a lot of guests on your album. How do you choose these people?
Yeah, it was actually quite natural, to be honest. As for example, Robse from Equilibrium, he's a big Atrocity and death metal fan. He always was telling me, "Hey, Alex, one day we have to do something together." And when we had the song Teufelsmarsch almost finished, I was like, "Yeah, that's the song we have to do with Robse." So that was very natural. And Zoe, for example, I'm producing her band Cataclyst Crime, and she's also singer of Cradle of Filth. So I was filming her in the start of the year, and she heard that we were recording Atrocity in the studio when she was here. She said, "I want to be on that album." And I said, "Yeah, okay, we're gonna do that." And Jonah Weingarten, who's also her keyboarder in the band Catalyst Crime, who was also writing music for the Viking Spirit soundtrack. So they were talking. He said, "Hey, I also want to be on that record." So that's, so it came all together. And Elina, she's the singer of the other band I do with Leaves Eyes. And I told her, "Hey, Elina, listen, I want to do something you never did before. I want to turn into an evil witch and doing some weird stuff you never did before." And she said, "Are you really sure I would be up for it?" I said, yeah. So that is also very natural process. So I'm very happy that we worked it out like that. And Mystique from Australia, I think I didn't know her before personally. I just saw some stuff she's doing on social media, and I was like, okay, that sounds like she could do also something for us with the Teufelsmarsch song. And yeah, so I sent her the song, and she was blown away. She said, "Wow, I would love to do that. German lyrics, German metal band. She's from Australia. Wow, that's cool. Let's do that."
And what about Igor? Do you write the lyrics for him, or?
No, yeah, that is with Igor. That's very special because he's like a brother to me, and we know us from the Viking scene very good. I'm in the biggest sword fighter in the biggest modern Viking army, Jomsborg, and he's the leader of the East Storm. So he has like hundreds of warriors under his command, and he's also an actor. He's also writing books about ecology and all kinds of stuff, and he's also advisor for consultant for movies, also for action scenes and stuff like that. And he worked with Amon Amarth in many videos with them, and having a lot to do with the video productions of those guys, and also with Creator and Sabaton also. So he is also metal expert, so to say,
yes.
and a huge Atrocity fan, always been. So same here. We were talking about we could do something together, and it happened that he lives in Stettin, where my grandfather was policeman back in the day when it was still a German city. And so I was visiting him and his family with my son Leon. We were there, and he was showing us town around. He said, look, that is the police headquarters where your grandfather was policeman back in the day and all that. And then he told me the story about the Sipka, this Josef Sipek serial killer. He said, look, we have a really weird story. This would fit on your Good free album. And he showed me the lake where the guy was, putting the corpses in and all that. So yeah, so it was like a horror tourist sightseeing trip, so to say, with like the original house where the guy was living and the places and all that. And he said, yeah, who knows, maybe your grandfather already heard about like a strange murders in the town and nobody knew who it was. And it came out in the 50s, but he started earlier. Like a Hannibal Lecter, a real one, yeah, living in that city. So, yeah, that is something which was extraordinary, also cooperation. And so we did that thing together.
Okay. So can you explain a little your concept for this trilogy?
Yeah, actually, it started way back to think about. I was always interested in history and also the dark side of human mankind, yes. and humanity. I mean, and the thing is like, how can people come up with so sick ideas and strange things on one side, to do that to other people? Yes. No animal would do to another one, right? So that was one part of it. And the other side was like always you would say conspiracy or whatever, like politics and religion coming together to manipulate people. And nowadays you see it. It doesn't matter which system you come or live in. It's always fear controlling people. Yes. Whatever it is, democracy or in dictatorship, right? So you have that in all kinds of systems, and of course in religion. It's like all based on like behave or something bad will happen, right? Yes. And this is something, the spiritual world is also divided in like black magic and white magic and stuff like that. It's the human way, how humans tick, so to say. And I wanted to explore also myself, to put me on a journey with this occult trilogy. As when we were doing like the Atlantis album in 2004, there was also like a major work, all the complete different stories from mythology, Greek mythology about Atlantis, to totally different places around the globe. Like yes. in Africa, Atlantoi, it was called the big flood, yes. and the legend. And in Latin America, they called it Aztlan. And you have a flood legend with a big civilization going down also in Asia. So it's a worldwide thing, and you can find it, of course, in the Bible. So that whole Atlantis myth is not only one story. You know, it goes from people believing Atlantean Empire was based on people extraterrestrial, you know, like coming from outside with UFOs, so to say. Craziest stories, even the Nazis were going, making research in Himalaya for, you know, where they could find for their ideology crazy stuff based as facts. So they were sending people there to find like Atlantean roots and stuff like that for the Aryan race. So it's, you go like from Greek mythology to all the way to whatever spiritual world, even people telling their interests have been Atlantean and they are like Atlantic people. So in nowadays society, it is probably kind of the cradle of mankind in a way, with civilizations that something was there before and was ending and spread out to the world in other ways. Might be, who knows? And maybe one day they will find out. Nowadays, what they do is like, you can test your DNA, and they found out, okay, it's not only one, you know, it's always like all kinds of roots you have inside. And this is like something I think that was so rich with the background. I feel if I want to go with the occult, this will be not only one album. This is too wide already with the Atlantis. So this will need at least a trilogy with all kinds of strange stories, dark places, occult theories, conspiracy, religious extreme ways, ghost stories, prophecies. This is all under the big name occult, right? So that meant to be like a long way, a long work. That's why you were asking me. It's hard to describe. It's a little bit melancholic feel also that it's done, but in a way, it's still a big part now, of course, with everything. Now it's coming out. People listen to the music, and first of all, we are metal artists, right? But for me, it's also lifestyle and connected much more, and not only the music.
Okay. You explore the different style of metal in your career. Which one do you prefer? It's hard.
That's a very hard question. I always got the question, which is your favorite band? Leaves Eyes or Atrocity? You know, if you have like children, you know, then it would be. I have only one son, but you know, if I would have more children and somebody would ask me, "What's your favorite child?" I would have the same answer. It's hard to say, as every album is like your own baby, so to say, and everything we did with the band has its own background and history and approach. Also, I see that if you do a new album with band Atrocity, I always saw it like that. It's like a new challenge, something, and I always give the best for it. So it's hard to say which challenge I like the most or the result of it. It's hard to say. I know for a fact that now the Occult III album is really, it's fresh now, and it's something we worked on, and I had that vision. This has to be in a big bang at the end, the grand finale, yeah. So that I also the production, you know, as I sit here in the studio and I work here every day, and that was also a goal for me to make the best, you know. So time will tell. In a moment, I cannot say.
You made some videos for the album, yes. how happened the composition for the video. They are nice. I love them.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's what I also do. Besides producing bands, I also making videos, also for other bands too. And I was always involved in the own videos we did for the bands. And now it happened that I will also film myself much more and directing and all that.
Yes.
And not only being involved in the editing stuff. And this is something I probably in my blood. My sister Yasmin, she had a company back then in the 90s, having filmed Hammerfall, Amorphis, Lacrimosa, and Skyclad, many bands. Also, our band, she was involved with a company, and I was also giving her the contacts to the metal world, so to say, with Nuclear Blast and the labels, all Massacre Records and all that, and also involved in editing and stuff like that already back then. So she was actually also filming documentaries and stuff. So my sister Yasmin, who was also guest with Atrocity for albums and stuff. She's a great singer. And yeah, so this is something, you know, as an artist who has also like visual ideas about the stuff we do, I had like specific ideas for the videos as well. We just working on the Faces from Beyond, which will come out tomorrow, and now Malicious Succubus will be the next one already in editing. So I enjoy it very much. It's also a lot of work. It's hard work as well. Video productions and you know, as a metal band, we always have to be, how you say that? You have to have great ideas with a small budget to make it happen, you know. And this is, yeah, something I also love to do and work together with other people, also with actors and models and stuff like that, to direct and to bring stories to life. I'm a storyteller. I love that.
And about the artwork, how did you work with the artist?
Yeah, Haile is a longtime friend, I can say.
Yes.
And he's fantastic. And
yes.
We always come up with something new. And when we start with an album, I have some visions in my head and I speak with him. How would you see this and that? And I also was sending him, he was the only guy, sending him the music up front. And also the lyrics and everything. So he was actually listening while he was doing the artwork to the songs. So yeah, it goes very much hand in hand. He's not living so far from here. You know, I'm lucky. You know, like other bands cannot meet him so easy like I do. You know, Camelot is from the US, Epica from the Netherlands. Although Simone is a very good friend of mine, to be honest. She's living now not so far from here. And so they also meet private. And also her husband, Oliver. He's also a good friend with Haile.
Okay. Do you plan to make a tour in Europe or? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We are fed up with not playing in the last years with Corona. So we want to go back on the road as soon as possible and play also festivals and everywhere we can do. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have something else to add about the album?
Yeah, I hope you know we are living in crazy dark times.
Yes.
And it's every day there's another surprise. So here we go. We have the perfect soundtrack for you. Crazy dark times need crazy dark music. And here we go. We have Okkult 3. I hope people are going to enjoy it. It's maybe a good album to shut off a little bit and dive into with the music and the lyrical concept. And maybe some people find some connection to also what we go through here at the moment.
Okay. And your last word?
Thank you so much for the interview. And
you're welcome.
Take the time that we could speak together. And thank you for the support, and to all the fans we have for their great support. And the first feedbacks we got now, it's mind-blowing. We are very happy. Just got today some other positive news. Yeah, after such a long time, we do this band, especially myself. It's always, I'm so grateful that we have fans all over the globe and that we can do this.
And in France too.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes.
And, we have to say, I personally cannot wait to play France as soon as possible again. As we had a very good tour in 2019, and we just missed out with the festivals and all that. It's really time that we should play Hellfest, for example.
Yes.
Tell the guys.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, and yeah, greetings to France, and I hope that we're gonna see us soon on the road.
I hope so.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Au revoir. Bye bye.
Bye.